My name is PSwitch Dow. I'm an artist and creative from the Bronx, New York.
Tyler Switch Dow.
Filling out the We live now. I'm in the Bronx, New York, so I'm in New York City already. So I get that it might defeat the purpose a little bit, but I do think that there's a very important thing to notice that just because you live in the Bronx or you live in one of these outer areas of Brooklyn, I live in the very top of the Bronx.
It's not the same as living in Midtown Manhattan or living in deep Brooklyn or living in one of these very incredible residential buildings that are in the Manhattan area.
And giving opportunity to the people on the outskirts is also a big opportunity for somebody to live that New York experience. And a little bit more about me. Not currently in school. Once I get deeper into my story, I guess you'll understand that I never actually went to college. What am I doing currently? I am a financial advisor and a music studio owner. Me and my partner, we own a music studio in Queens where we work with a lot of independent artists and people on the come up that are trying to create themselves. What is my dream job? I'm already working towards it. Essentially, it's to run a successful independent media production company with four big legs and main focuses: art, music, business, finance. I mean, obviously we'll take wellness into account as well. It'll be an important part of it, but the real big thing is the education of being an artist, the education of being a musician, the education of being a business person has always been something that hasn't been very privy. I mean, in a lot of people's places, but specifically in New York City, and when they do give the opportunities, it's a choice. It's business school or performing arts school. It's focus in music or performance in visual arts. And people, and therefore it segments the creative. It doesn't treat the creative process as one full thing. The other aspect of that is that they don't teach the financial side of it. You know, everybody screams the starving artist, screams that aspect of it, but they don't show you how if you build your own foundation, you build your own financial foundation, you can therefore educate yourself and therefore put yourself in more opportunities, whether it's being an artist, whether it's being a musician, whether it's being a business person. Part of my job is as a financial advisor to work with artists and help them create that and help them establish that. Why do I deserve to win this contest? You know, I kind of mentioned it. When people think about living in New York City, they think about the glitz, they think about the glams of Manhattan, they think about what that Brooklyn neighborhood looks like, and then the conveniences of how simple it is, how you can run around and do a bunch of different things and then hop on a train and take it 2 or 3 train stops and go home. And that is very real for some people. It's not what the case for everybody in New York City. Actually, it's not the case for most people in New York City. Most people in New York City are hustling, they're grinding, and they're doing all of these things, and they're taking an hour train ride home, if not longer, to be able to go home, you know, to have a place to stay because they can't afford living there. And then there are a whole other section of people who are therefore not hustling and grinding in the way that they want to because they know that they have to travel an hour away. So I think it would be very cool and very interesting to show how living on the outskirts of New York City is not the same as the New York City experience, and the true New York City experience that we're like trying to show is being able to give that opportunity of being able to have that freedom to be able to use all of these utilities, because the true New York experience is not, you know, true New York experience of making your dreams come true doesn't always happen when you have a lot of things holding you back and a lot of barriers that you still have to hop across. What is the hardest thing I've ever had to come through? You know, like I say, despite the hardships that I do face, I'm always grateful, and I cherish the position I'm in. I cherish the opportunities that are placed in front of me. I cherish that I have a family of people who support and love me. But I mean, the hardest thing as a Bronx man, as a young artist, is lack of opportunity. You know, admittedly, by my fault, when it came to the end of high school, I didn't have a bunch of scholarships lined up. I didn't have all of these roads set up for me, and my parents actually went bankrupt, putting my sister through college. She had to come out of pocket for the past 2 years. So the idea of student loans and the idea of getting that, you know, that big help, that big catapult was never available to me. I knew very early in my mind that college wasn't probably going to be that opportunity for me. So what did I do? I graduated school and I busted my butt. I worked 50, 60 hours at American Apparel. I worked at Journeys. I put myself in positions where I could therefore fund my living, which therefore became a luxury and a privilege to be able to create art after that, and to be able to create, without having to just worry about eating and surviving and living what we're living right now. So the biggest thing I've come across is lack of opportunity. I have made sure to put myself out there, put myself in a position that I do have the opportunity. And now I've even made career choices where I'm working in finance, so I can completely disrupt that idea of a starving artist who doesn't have opportunities. And now I'm teaching other artists, I'm teaching other creatives how to now build that opportunity for themselves. So how do you overcome? Never strayed away from what my vision was and what the ultimate goal was. What are some of my talents? Well, I consider myself a writer first, an actor. I'm a rapper. I make music. Have an album out, PSwitch Dow. Everywhere, go check that out. Performer. I'm performing all over the place. I'm also a digital artist. I make digital paintings. I do a lot of covers for other artists and a lot of flyers for organizations and things like that. Also have done a lot of digital content, produced a lot of content, startup media. You can see a lot of the videos that I've posted and playlists in my playlist. I'm also a filmmaker, a music video director, and I shoot and I edit all my own stuff too. So all around full creative in every aspect. If I win, what will I do in New York City? Well, right now I try to create every day. I try to make content every day. But it is my second, maybe possibly my third priority, just in terms of paying my rent, making sure that I had those things covered. So what I would do if my first priority was then shifted was commit myself to creating all of the time. I would be able, there's a film project that I've been working on and I've been developing, I'd be able to easily create that in 1 year. And obviously it would have so many aspects to it, ups and downs to it, but the vision and the idea is there. It's just really having the time and the effort to be able to commit to it. The other thing I would do is I would host probably quarterly art show events. Obviously this is a opportunity for one person, but I think the real beauty of the opportunity is showing what a person can do with that opportunity, and show people that, maybe show people that even without this opportunity, there are little steps that you can take. And if you can inspire somebody that way and influence somebody that way, then what else can you ask for? That is the true value of this. So what would I do in New York City? I would create every day, and then I would show people, I would document how the importance of the daily discipline of being able to create and how much it can push you and how far that can take you. Anything else you should know? This is awesome. I believe this is super cool. I just have to mention again that the New York City experience that you are offering people is something that a lot of people in New York City don't even have the opportunity to experience. It's the options, it's the convenience, it's the weight off of your shoulders to be able to add more to your capacity and be able to accomplish more. And I think it's awesome that you're giving out this opportunity. I think as a creative, as somebody who is also interested in giving more opportunities to people, is something I'm inspired by, but it's also something that I hope to get the opportunity to be able to create more and therefore inspire more and show more people. But, like I said, my name is PSwitch Dow at PS Island. Thanks so much for this opportunity. I hope I get chosen.
Switch.